Okay, it's 4 o'clock on Wednesday, February 9th, and I'm calling the Appointments Committee meeting to order. We're meeting by Zoom because an order by Governor Baker on, I think, March 2020 is allowing us to do so. Present is Councilor Riley and myself. First, we have minutes. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, is there, we have minutes to approve from January 26th?
That's correct. Do you have those in your email, right?
Yep. Okay. So do you want to make a motion to approve?
Yes. So I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for January 26th.
Great. And I'll second. And all in favor? You gotta love it, Mary.
Oh, I'm used to these.
Yes. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to talk about anything that's not on the agenda? I don't think so. All right, cool. Well, we'll start with you, Mary, because you're here. You're appointed to the Commission on Disability, and I've seen you at that meeting. I see you already going to the meetings, and so this is our chance to get to know you and get to know the people coming through and serving in the city. So our first question to you is, why are you interested in serving on this committee?
Okay, I'm a firm believer in being active in the community. Okay, I find it rewarding. I have been active, well, when we lived in Holyoke. We are here in Easthampton just a year now, this past January 18th.
Wow.
Yeah, the Holyoke girl left Holyoke.
Please leave the Holyoke mayor. Just kidding.
Pardon? To the Holyoke mayor, yeah, but I had 66 years living in Holyoke.
Wow.
So there was a big change. But once our children were born, I became very active for the past 37 years in the schools and the parent advisory councils, serving as president at 3 of the schools. I've also served on the Holyoke High School Accreditation Committee. Very active in the Holyoke YMCA Viking swim team, where we would work the meets or run the concession stand, whatever it was. And then for the past 8 years, I just resigned this past December. I served as a commissioner in the city of Holyoke on the COD. And I found it very rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Great. Wow. Well, thanks. So we're happy you moved to Easthampton. Welcome.
I am. I'm liking it.
Oh, good. In what way specifically do you see yourself be able to contribute to this committee in terms of professional or personal skills?
Okay, professionally, I worked for Mass Rehab for 20 years. I was a clerk 5, which is the equivalent of an administrative assistant / office manager. But I interacted with our clients on a daily basis, whether it was by phone or in person. I learned all about MRC through one of my counselors did dictation. And I would then type up his notes. And I learned a lot about the mental, emotional, and physical disabilities. In terms of personally, my father had a massive stroke back in '92 and lost his whole right side. My mother was his primary caretaker for 28 of those years. I assisted her, with getting him, because they lived on the 2nd floor, up and down stairs. We taught him to do stairs. And then my husband became disabled. And now my mother is also disabled. So I have a unique view because I have 3 disabled family members, each with something different.
Yeah.
And, I see the obstacles like when going with my mother or father somewhere, there'd be obstacles. Taking my mother somewhere now, the obstacles are different, and the obstacles are different with my husband. So I'm seeing 3 different viewpoints.
Great. And Councilor, if you want to follow up question at any point, just
Okay.
jump in. And you're new here, so actually, I think you already answered question 3, which are what are ways you engage with, it says the Easthampton community. I know you're new here, but Holyoke is part of our community as well.
Correct.
So I think
But
you answered that question.
Here we're involved here because you might not know, I do live at Treehouse.
Oh,
So
okay.
Okay.
I'm active here on a couple of committees. In fact, there was another meeting at 4:00 today and I said, oh, sorry, I can't go. And I drive a lot of my neighbors. I have one now, Thursdays are set aside for her because she's going through chemo. And that's my way of meeting my neighbors.
Mhm.
You know, they need a ride. Oh, I'll drive them if I can because I get to meet them. My husband and I are also involved with the senior center. We've joined the Friends and I am treasurer of the Friends.
Okay.
So even though it's only been a year, we're becoming active.
That's great. Great to
And-
hear.
I have to say, I never thought I'd leave Holyoke, but I'm happy I am because what I'm seeing in Easthampton is the Holyoke I grew up with, the old town, and everybody takes care of, everybody's neighborly and takes care of each other.
Right.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm glad you've had a positive experience in Easthampton so far, and it sounds like
Very.
it's a positive contribution for us. More.
Yeah.
And it's great to meet you.
Same
Zoom.
here.
Do you have anything else to add, Councilor Riley?
No, I would just say, personal lived experiences are usually better indicators of how valuable someone can be on a board and a committee. So, you've lived it, which is really vital to what we look for in our board and community members. The Treehouse community is fantastic as well. So, for the things that you're describing, it sounds like you'd be perfect in this role.
Thank you.
I would be really happy to, vote to move this on to city council. And, I think that you'd be a really wonderful asset to our community. So thank you for taking the initiative. We rely on people like you to make Easthampton the way it is.
Well, thank you. And it's funny you say that because my cousin has lived in Easthampton for almost 40 years. And she says, you know more about what's going on than I do.
You'll have to keep her up to date on what's happening.
I am keeping her up to date. She goes, wow.
Great.
But thank
Well, do you want to make a motion then, Councilor Riley?
Yeah, absolutely.
Recommend confirmation.
Yep, I will make a motion to recommend the confirmation of Mary Louise Morris to the Commission on Disability with a term expiration of 12/31/22.
And I will second that. And so
And
Thank you.
so Mary, let me explain just so, because, the bureaucratic
Right.
path
It
of the
has to-
city. Yeah. So what happens now? Now what happened? Our committee just vets and reports back to the full committee.
Correct.
So the full committee meets next Wednesday, and then we take our unanimous recommendation to the full committee, and then they vote on it, and then you become officially confirmed.
All right. And then I have to go down and get,
Then you
I
get
do.
sworn in, so that'll be
Yeah.
after next Wednesday.
okay.
That's the path. We're trying to make it more fun now than it used to be. It used to be like you would just kind of turn up at the end of it and you didn't know how you got there.
No, I'm used to, because this is how Holyoke did it with the interview and
Yeah.
everything.
Uh-huh.
And the people on that committee were very friendly, just like the ones on this one.
Oh, good. Good to
So actually yours is a little more formal, your COD, than
Oh, I
Holyoke
see what
was.
you- Oh, okay, cool.
But
Yeah,
no, I'm
and-
looking forward to it.
All right,
Great.
thank you.
Well,
Okay,
thank
thank you.
And we're going to move on to the next appointee, who's not here, but so the next appointee is Connie Dawson, and you're welcome to stay or go, Mary, whatever you want to do. Connie Dawson to the Energy Advisory Committee as an associate member. And she was, I know Connie as well as I think.
So that is the same
Yeah, it's the
Connie.
same Connie. Yeah, she was going to write something, but she just saw it later. That's okay. Also, Jamie Paquette, both Angelique and Jamie, those are the chairs. I meant to say Angelique is the chair of the Commission on Disability and Jamie is the chair of Energy Advisory. They both spoke like enthusiastically about having these two different members join their respective committees.
Great.
So if you want to make a motion for Connie.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will make a motion to recommend Connie Dawson to an associate member of the Energy Advisory Committee with a term expiration of December 31st, 2024.
Second. Aye.
Aye.
They're unanimous. I feel like I want to gavel. Like so moved. Oh gosh, everything's ringing. Okay. Great. Well, we covered new business. Is there anything else that you want to add before we take a motion to adjourn?
No, I would. The only thing that I would suggest, and I wonder if this is something we would probably need to start for next meeting, would be to just take a look at the different boards and communities on the easthamptonma.gov website and just make sure that we have like full uniform information for each of the committees. But that can just, it might just be an administrative thing where.
You mean on the website?
Yeah, because some don't list the times that the committees meet, and when I was doing some outreach and education for recruiting for committees, there was some feedback from the public that was saying, there are some things that I'm interested in, but there's not enough information. So when I've been emailing because I think the city clerk Barb updates that. Okay. So it's like another, one of her tasks. So like with the chair of the advisory energy, I reached out to someone who's no longer active and the wrong information's on the website. So yes. All right. And so we will keep communicating the updates and see how we can get that moved. All right. Perfect.
All right.
Okay. So then I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. And I will second that. And all in favor? Yes. Okay.
Well, have a good evening.
You too, Mary. See you later.
Bye-bye.